Hello, my people. It's Skywalker, and I am thinking to mix up the flavor a little bit today. The politics is going nowhere, but we must make a break sometimes. We still have other things in life to experience. This is a reminder to you. Jamaicans often forget the hidden gems to see in Jamaica. Explore Jamaica's forgotten colonial ghost towns, my people. Yeah, explore it. Get more in touch or in tune with the past. Yes, we have been talking about politics all day, but generally, it is all about Jamaica land we love. You were born in Jamaica, are you now live in Jamaica, or you visited us so many times now? But there are also these intriguing, lovely things to see that you haven't seen yet. Today, Skywalker will talk about it. And maybe for once, I will really set a New Year's resolution to go and explore some of our island's beauty. Let's take a break from the pressure of politics. Today, I have a political upload coming up after this one, though. Because when all is said and done, it's shower to the world, right? My people, let me go back to my high school prose and say it this way to make it interesting. Beneath the vibrant pulse of Jamaica's coastal cities and lush highlands lie the whispering remnants of its colonial past, ghost towns frozen in time, shrouded in mystery and overgrown with the island's inexhaustible flora. Let's venture into the heart of history. Let's talk about some of Jamaica's hidden ghost towns today. And maybe you will visit one soon. Jamaicans need to know about Jamaica. Explore Jamaica because you are missing out. All you brothers and sisters out there, take a visit home and come and be the tourist a little bit now. If you would venture deep into the island's interior until the bustling city sounds fade away, and now all you hear is the symphony of the rainforest, you know those sounds, right? The first stop is New Seville. New Seville, people. It's a settlement established by the Spanish in the early 1500s. Once a bustling hub of colonial activity, the town now lays silent, its crumbling walls and overgrown pathways telling stories of a time when the Spanish conquistadors and Taino natives walked these grounds. Too many Jamaicans don't know these places, my people. We need to get a better feel of our history, right? We need to get a better feel of our own history. Here in New Seville, you will see the ruins of what was once a grand church, its stones now covered in moss and vines. The Spanish had fled this town in the face of English invaders, leaving behind a settlement that would never again see its former glory. Go there and you will imagine the echoes of voices that once filled those abandoned spaces. Be in touch with great ancestral events. Here is a thought that would never have entered your mind, even as a Jamaican, my people. New Seville is, in a sense, technically, where the new Jamaica began. You know, that British colonial Jamaica that we know today, that's where it began. And it began with the Spanish. It is nestled on the north coast side, near the town of St. Anne's Bay. New Seville, Sevilla La Nueva. That's what they call it. Sevilla La Nueva, if I can. Well, that's the best I can do. It was established in 1509, I think, by Spanish settlers led by Juan de Esquivel. New Seville holds the distinction of being Jamaica's first capital, not Port Royal, my friend. And it is the birthplace of European settlement on the island. Go and explore Jamaica, my Jamaicans and visitors as well. New Seville was founded soon after the arrival of Christopher Columbus, who landed in Jamaica in 1494. Recognizing the strategic importance of the island, the Spanish sought to establish a permanent settlement. Under Esquivel's leadership, they chose the area near St. Anne's Bay, attracted by its natural harbor and fertile lands. The settlement was christened Sevilla la Nueva, reflecting its promise as a new beginning for the Spanish colonizers at the time. In its heyday, New Seville was a bustling town featuring key structures such as a church, a governor's house, and various administrative buildings. The settlers engaged in agricultural cultivations, crops like cassava, maize, and eventually they went to sugarcane. The town also served as a pivotal point for interactions between the Spanish colonizers and the indigenous Taino people whose lives were irrevocably altered by the arrival of the Europeans. And here is my spin. My take on this, my people, is that since the language, as for example, the phrase Jamaica that you learn in school, since it is an African phrase, which is actually Jamaica, meaning a marooned or exiled people, we already, by our own common sense, know that it was the Africans that Columbus referred to as Taino in order to report the true heirs of the land extinct because they tried to kill them out and then claim it for Europeans by default. So he would report them dead and report them the true heirs of the land, the indigenous, and then say they are dead, right? And then he, being the discoverer or the discovering finder, would know by default be the true owner because the owners are dead. But it wasn't so. We lived here before Columbus, peeps. Take that to the bank. He just couldn't handle our people. And that's the problem. That's why he had to even go to Africa to look for slaves. Because it was the same people he called the Taino, the black people. I'm not saying that there were no other people called the Taino. And in fact, the Taino, if it were, there were some other black people because I happen to have met some in Jamaica, and which is a long story because a lot of us don't even know that there were Taino Indians living almost in exile among the people in Jamaica. And up to 2004, I met Tainos that were going to Spain for reparations. When you get to Spain as a Taino, you would receive land in Spain. And they are black people. And you see people like them all the time, some sharp black people. They are even typically blacker than us, right? So let's try to find ways to connect with ourselves better than what we are currently doing because we believe so much in what the white man gave us to read in high school. But as I said, an African people were the people that Columbus came and saw, and he referred to them as Arawak or Taino, and referred to um or interpreted the name meaning of the land that they gave him a meaning for the land, right? A name for the land. And he deliberately interpreted as a land of wood and water. But we know that it means the marooned or exiled people. Jamaica. In fact, the Jamaican people still say Jamaica instead of Jamaica. We say Jamaica. And that's the name, Jamaica, right? Jamaica, right? So he said that the Tainos are the Arawaks because before when we were going to high school it was Arawaks, right? And he said the Arawaks told him that it was ex Jamaica, meaning land of food and water. It's Jamaica, meaning the exiled are the maroon people. So I think I have repeated it enough times for it to start making sense for you. You see, despite its early promise, New Seville faced numerous challenges, and I want to get into this. The settlement was plagued by diseases, limited resources, and conflict with the Taino. Just keep looking at that part. Conflict with the Taino. Roll it over in your mind and look at it. That's a part of the biggest problem they have. A part of the biggest problems, right? Conflicts with the Taino. And you would have read in um history class back in the days that the Tainos were like docile, right? Type they were not warrior type, they were just docile people, right? But no, this is telling you that they had conflicts with the Taino, which was a big problem. Why would conflicts with the Taino be a big problem for them? Since the Taino were like docile people. It's because there were no dog and Taino. It was the Maroons that were whooping them. It's the Maroons that they couldn't handle. Additionally, the harsh realities of colonial life led to frequent clashes among themselves. These adversities gradually weakened the town's prospects. By 1534, the Spanish authorities decided to move the capital to Villa de la Vega, known today as Spanish Town. The relocation was prompted by the need for a more defensible position and better living conditions. As a result, New Seville was gradually abandoned and its structure fell into disrepair. The move marked the end of New Seville's short lived prominence, but its historical significance remained. Today, the New Seville site stands as a testament to Jamaica's colonial beginnings. Archaeological excavations have uncovered remnants of the original structures, providing valuable insights into the early interactions between the Spanish and the Taino. The site has been preserved as the Seville Heritage Park, offering visitors a glimpse into the island's rich and complex history. My people, New Seville, though now a shadow of its former self, is where Jamaica's European history began. It symbolizes the intersection of cultures, the challenges of early colonial life, and the enduring legacy of those who laid the foundations for Jamaica's development. As we explore the ruins of New Seville, we are reminded of the island's journey from its colonial past to its vibrant present and the stories that continue to shape its identity. Now, people, let's visit Port Royal, the wickedest city on earth, so called. In the 17th century, this bustling port was a haven for pirates and privateers. Its taverns and brothels teeming with the lawless and the adventurous. Go stand in awe of the sunken city, remnants of which lay beneath the sparkling waters of Kingston Harbor. The catastrophic earthquake of 1692 had swallowed half of Port Royal, transforming it from a thriving city to an underwater graveyard. As you explore the surviving buildings, no skeletal remains of a vibrant past. You will feel the weight of history's calamities and the resilience of those who survived. Once upon a time, on the sun-kissed shores of Jamaica, lay a city so infamous it earned the title, the wickedest city on earth. Port Royal was a place where danger, debauchery, and decadence danced together in a chaotic symphony that drew adventurers, pirates, and outlaws from across the seas. Yes, that's what it was, my people. It was a pirate's paradise. In the mid 17th century, Port Royal became a bustling port town under British control. Its strategic location at the entrance of Kingston Harbour made it an ideal haven for pirates and privateers who found a lucrative base for their operations. The most notorious of them all, Captain Henry Morgan, called Port Royal his home. With his audacious raids on Spanish ships and settlements, he amassed a fortune that rivaled kings. That's what they were going on with down here. The town thrived on the spoils of piracy, and with wealth came vice. Taverns, brothels, and gambling dens lined the narrow streets, echoing with the raucous laughter and brawls of sailors who had just returned from perilous voyages. Gold and silver flowed as freely as rum, and the city's reputation for lawlessness and indulgence spread far and wide. But fate had a dramatic twist in store for Port Royal. On the fateful morning of June 7, 1692, as the city was awakening to another day of revelry, a massive earthquake struck. Buildings crumbled and the ground seemed to liquefy beneath their feet. Within minutes, two-thirds of Fort Royal sank into the sea, dragging with it countless lives and untold treasures. Survivors described the scene as apocalyptic. Ships in the harbor were tossed like Thai boats. Yeah, Thai boats. And what remained of the city was a ghostly reminder of its once glorious past. Some said it was divine retribution for the city's sins, a punishment for the greed and wickedness that had taken root in its heart. That's what people said. The tales of sunken treasures and ghostly apparitions continued to haunt the waters of Port Royal. Divers who ventured beneath the waves to explore the sunken city reported eerie encounters with the spirits of those lost in the earthquake. Among them, the ghost of a notorious pirate captain was said to guard his hidden stash, waiting for the day he could reclaim his ill gotten gains. Go there and experience, peeps. It's your Jamaica, and visitors, you are welcome. But of course, you already know that. That's how we Jamaicans are. In the years that followed, Port Royal struggled to rebuild, but it never reclaimed its former glory. The once thriving port became a quiet fishing village, and its history faded into the annals of legend. Yet, the echoes of its wicked past still linger in the salty breeze, a reminder of a time when Port Royal was the playground of the bold and the damned. Port Royal's story is one of audacious adventures, untold riches, and ultimate ruin. Its legacy as the wickedest city on earth continues to captivate the imagination, drawing historians, treasure hunters, and curious souls to uncover the secrets buried beneath the waves. I hope my style is pulling you in, people. You must come and explore your country. Too many of us just don't do it. Too many of us. The journey continues to the highlands where hidden maroon settlements await discovery. These communities, founded by escaped slaves, thrived in the isolation of the mountains, far from the reach of colonial powers. The explorers marveled at the ingenuity of the Maroons, who built intricate villages and developed sustainable lifestyles amidst the dense forest. At Nanitown, named after the legendary Maroon leader, Nani of the Maroons, who appeared here from Ghana. You know, that's a little note I love to add. You will find terrace gardens, stone ruins, and hidden pathways. Listen to stories of rebellion and resilience of a people who fought fiercely for their freedom and left behind a legacy of strength. As the day turns to dusk, gather around a small campfire to reflect on your journey through Jamaica's forgotten ghost towns. These remnants are more than just ruins. They are echoes of a bygone era, stories etched into the very soul of the island. The ghost town of Jamaica, though silent, speak volumes of the island's rich history, resilience, and the indomitable spirit of its people. Leave with a deeper appreciation for the layers of time that shaped Jamaica, promising to return and uncover more of its hidden past. People. Nestled off the southern coast of Jamaica, lies the enigmatic Pedro Bank, home to the ghost town of Pedro Keys. Pedro Keys is a beautiful town today, a ghost town, albeit. Once a bustling hub for turtle fishing in the 18th century, this settlement now stands silent and deserted. The ruins of stone buildings and wells whisper tales of the fishermen and their families who thrived here, living off the bounty of the sea. Legend has it that pirate ships once anchored off these keys, hiding treasures in the nooks and crannies of the limestone cliffs. As our explorers tread carefully through the overgrown paths, the sense of adventure is palpable, imagining the pirate legends and the daily lives of the settlers intertwined. Moving inland, visit Kensington, a long abandoned sugar plantation. The expansive ruins of the Great House and the once majestic sugar mill speak of an era marked by both opulence and oppression. The eerie silence of the dilapidated buildings covered in creeping vines stands in stark contrast to the vibrancy of the flora surrounding them. My people, recount the tales of the enslaved Africans who tiled on these lands, their resilience and contributions farming the backbone of Jamaica's rich culture. As the sun sets, casting long shadows over the ruins, reflect on the complexities of the island's past and feel a deep connection to the spirits of those who lived and worked here. High in the Blue Mountains, shrouded in mist, lies Garbrand Hall. Garbrand Hall, you heard about that one? Once a thriving coffee estate, this ghost village is now hidden among the verdant foliage. The remnants of the estate house and drying patios offer a glimpse into the island's coffee boom of the 19th century. Explore navigating the narrow, winding trails, imagining the bustling activity that once characterized this highland village. Sip and freshly brewed Blue Mountain coffee, approaching the labor and history that went into making Jamaica's globally renowned coffee industry. As you conclude your journey, gather once more around a campfire. The stories of Jamaica's forgotten ghost towns will leave an indelible mark, deepening your appreciation for the island's layered history. Each ruin, each stone, and each whispered legend holds a piece of the past, waiting to be discovered and honored. The adventure into Jamaica's forgotten colonial ghost towns is a reminder of the island's enduring spirit and the importance of preserving and understanding its heritage. As you head back to modern life, carry with you the echoes of a time long gone but never forgotten. These are our legacies, and never must they be taken for granted. Come home, spend some time, and find you from where you really, really, really come from. once again. Think on these things, my wonderful Jamaican people. Peace out.